If you find yourself writing the same block of code more than once, you need a function. Functions let you write logic once and reuse it anywhere. In this episode, we go line by line through how to define functions, pass data into them, get data back out, and write compact Lambda functions. To define a function, write the keyword def, then the function name, then parentheses, then a colon. The body of the function is indented on the next line. Defining a function does not run it. It only stores the logic for later use. To actually run the function, you call it by writing its name followed by parentheses. You can call the same function as many times as you need without rewriting the code inside it. Parameters are the variable names you define inside the function's parentheses. They act as placeholders for the values that will be passed in. Arguments are the actual values you pass when calling the function. Here, name is the parameter. When we call greet with Alice, the string Alice is passed in and name holds that value for the duration of the function. You can define multiple parameters by separating them with commas. The return keyword sends a value back from the function to wherever it was called. Here, add returns the sum of A and B. We store that result in a variable and print it. The function ends the moment it hits a return statement. Any code after return in the same function is never reached. If a function has no return statement, Python automatically returns none. In the second example, greet prints a message but returns nothing, so the value variable holds none. Default arguments let you define a fallback value for a parameter. If the caller does not pass a value for that parameter, the default is used instead. Here, greeting has a default value of hello. Calling greet with only Alice uses the default and prints hello Alice. Passing a second argument overrides the default. One important rule: parameters with default values must always come after parameters without defaults. Placing them before raises a syntax error. By default, arguments are matched to parameters by position. The first argument goes to the first parameter, the second to the second, and so on. With keyword arguments, you explicitly name the parameter you are passing a value to. Order no longer matters because Python knows exactly which parameter each value belongs to. You can also mix positional and keyword arguments in the same call, but positional arguments must always come before keyword ones. Sometimes you do not know in advance how many arguments a function will receive. The asterisk before a parameter name collects any extra positional arguments into a tuple. Here, calling total with 4 numbers packs all 4 into arguments. The double asterisk before a parameter name collects extra keyword arguments into a dictionary. Here, calling showInfo with name and age packs them into keyword arguments, which we then loop through. These are used heavily in Python libraries and machine learning frameworks. Python functions can return more than one value by separating them with a comma after the return keyword. Python automatically packs them into a tuple. You can store the result as a tuple and access each item by index, or you can unpack directly into separate variables in one line. Here, we unpack the result of min-max into low and high. This is a very common pattern in data science when a function needs to return several related values at once. A Lambda function is a compact anonymous function written in a single line. The syntax is the keyword lambda, then the parameters, then a colon, then the expression to evaluate. The expression is automatically returned without needing the return keyword. Here, lambda x colon x squared is equivalent to a full function that takes x and returns x squared. Lambdas are used heavily with the map and filter functions. Here, we use map to apply a lambda to every item in a list, doubling each number. Scope determines where a variable is accessible. A variable defined inside a function is local to that function. It is created when the function runs and destroyed when it finishes. Trying to access it from outside raises a name error. Variables defined outside all functions are global. They can be read from inside any function in the same file. Here, threshold is defined globally and the check function can read it without any issue. You now know how to define functions, pass parameters, return values, use defaults, handle arguments and keyword arguments. Then, writing compact Lambda functions. In the next episode, we cover object-oriented programming. If this episode helped you, hit subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next.